Yeah. But Japan versus Pakistan is starting to become more and more, as more Japanese players are traveling a lot, we're seeing a lot more of that talent show itself, and that rivalry start cooking up.
Start to bloom, I would have to say, and the Japan players have been showing up. Nobi, Chikarin, as well as Keisuke, both qualifying for EWC and also here at top 8. If I look at the leaderboards in terms of this one, it is Arslan Ash at 10th place with 330 points, and Keisuke, you know, still looking to get more points. He has 110 points at 44th. Again, this is just the start of the World Tour, but you can kind of see where Japan is slowly making their name from themselves and inserting themselves in the group chat, you know?
Who invited this guy? I'm here now.
Yeah, he's here, dude. He's in the group
It's
chat.
happening Friday night. Now, we're back. We're back at this stage. I'm loving it today.
It's always the start. It's always Midnight Siege. But I would have to say extra urgency in this match, Brown Man, since it is losers top 8.
Yes, there's a lot on the line. That Kazuya's looking fresh. I just got mesmerized by that suit. That is so sick.
That's real snakeskin, bro. That's white.
All right, excellent punish. Pistons. Now, Kazuya, traditionally, it is hard for him to fight against characters like Nina, who are super agile, super pokey. Don't give him the space to start using his best tool.
Exactly, but that wall explosion able to keep Arslan Ash at bay, but he is known to live in this type of territory. Keisuke needs to kill and kill now, and that's what he did.
Amazing work, and they used that heat dash to really use the plus frame into the stature kick, and Arslan was not ready, but as you give Arslan more time, he's going to start working out Keisuke's timing.
Ooh, we walk in, we tour in the Midnight Siege, says Keisuke. So now Arslan Ash fighting back for center advantage here, and let's see if he can make the most out of this real estate.
Now you can see Arslan intercepting, interrupting, and using off timing to stop Keisuke's offense. He felt something in the first round, he's like, okay, I think I've got a rough read on your rhythm. I'm going to start using that. But Keisuke fighting back, activating heat, going full devil mode. Got the wings.
Unable to actually get the crowd gasping, but Keisuke unfortunately unable to capitalize on that. Arslan Ash showing him the gun show, while Keisuke, the rage unfortunately not going to be used. Big low by Arslan Ash to close it out.
You got a big track there with that counter hit low. Now one round apiece. Oh, gets that electric on the trade. Had extra frames to work with as well. Taking this one to the wall. Let's see what kind of combo he gets. Spikes him down, ends it with the geyser.
Can I just say, I love the Melbourne crowd. They are reacting to all the electrics, all the big swings from Arslan Ash and Keisuke.
Tekken's a Melbourne. I mean, Melbourne is a Tekken city. Ends up with the laser.
Okay, X-Ray, we keep going here, says Arslan Ash. Recovering the life, holding on to the heat as well.
This is going to be a rough situation for Keisuke. He gets stepped on. Back to the wall, back to the corner. Arslan very good at locking you down, moving to the side.
Ooh. Oh my goodness!
Down forward to electric.
Big opening for Arslan Ash to make this comeback happen. He does have the life lead. Goes for the rage art. Caught him pressing, says Keisuke.
He should not have gone for that in theory, but I think you got to follow your gut sometimes, and you think if you can inflict mental damage to your opponent, sometimes it's worth it. He wanted that down forward to electric. That
he wants to keep his hands warm. He wants to be able to make sure he's got his electrics on point, paid the bills. All right, we're going to use the electricity, folks. Let's leave the air conditioning on at night.
All right, 2 rounds to 1. Keisuke in the lead. Arslan was looking very strong after that first round that Keisuke took, but Keisuke finding his footing and coming back.
Ooh, 1-1s, getting ducked. Oh, big block from Arslan Ash. Let's see him make this comeback happen. Trying to push for the wall.
Going to be a hefty one. Takes it over there, activates heat. Now has a lot of situations that are available to him. Nice duck. And again, locking him down.
True, and this is where Nina's wheelhouse, right? You want to play the smothering game, you want to pepper in some lows, some mids, but Keisuke does have the rage. Oh my goodness, able to actually use the dash to keep things safe.
This is looking like an Arslan round, but anything from Keisuke could start it in the other direction, but Arslan able to close it out to take it to final round of game 1.
Changing up the conversation just when you think you have all the answers, Arslan Ash changes the question, but the sidestep in response for Keisuke.
That was a big read there with that step and excellent punish. Now giving Keisuke momentum to potentially take this last round.
Okay, we continue on here. Big damage on the board for Keisuke, but as I say that, the blocked held sweep for Arslan Ash to gain all this health back as well as pop heat.
And that's the thing, you got to risk it for the biscuit, you're going to live and die by that hell sweep. Gets the spring kicks, but clips him. I think Arslan was hoping to whiff punish that spring kicks, but it did clip him on the side.
Did, but Arslan still holding on to this heat. Nice interruption from Keisuke, not allowing Arslan to even use the heat. He does have access to rage. Jab pressure coming from Arslan.
And Arslan going with that down forward 1-2, getting those strings, trying to catch Keisuke slipping, but goes under the jab. He's going for that L2. One more hit's all he needs. He goes for the generic low and the wild standing 2 punish to take out the first game against Arslan.
You got to give it up to these guys. They are betting it all in the final seconds. Big low after a big low. Quite the back and forth experience here. You see how Keisuke and Arslan, they didn't get up. They know the job is not over yet. There's still a lot on the line since this is the loser's side of things.
Ooh, it's a rough place to be in with games like this. So now, I could see Arslan was processing a lot in his brain. He was blinking a lot. I think he's like Morse coding to somebody, I don't know. But he is processing, and I'm interested to see what he's got in store for game 2, because we've seen him make huge comebacks like this before.
Oh, for sure. This is I mean, he's not out of the woods, but he has been he's been in this territory before. But the twin pistons to open up Arslan. Keisuke is going to try to continue on the offense here.
And again, the first round of the first game, again, big twin pistons to start it off. We're back at it. It tried to go for another one, but Arslan, again, interrupting the timing, not letting Keisuke breathe, trying to get Keisuke to commit to bigger buttons or be less comfortable in close range.
True, and what Arslan is doing, it's a game of volume, right? Offense after offense, testing out the defense, making Keisuke move, overextend here, but the 1-1-2 finds its mark, gets the mid option as well.
Nice snatch kick, a bit out of range. Was hoping to get him on the ground.
True. More jab pressures. The big wipe the floor to follow it up. Final seconds. Arslan looking for the finish. But Keisuke, he's got to make something happen, but walks into the 2-hit string for Arslan to take round 1.
Those down forward string variations are super strong against Kazuya, where most characters actually, because it really locks him down, as mentioned before. And Keisuke just struggling to deal with it at the moment because he needs a big movement to get out of the way. It's going to be difficult to punish Arslan on a whiff. But as I say,
he's able to find that whip.
And he needs to get space and then come in. But if he's stuck at range 0, he needs to make those hard reads to step or duck something when Arslan makes a mistake. But Arslan's trying to keep it really tight at the moment.
He is. Wants to keep it like a phone booth, but it seems like he has the corner advantage. Goes for the grab. Techs it, though.
All right, coming in. Again, both of them were approaching. Arslan knew Keisuke might go for the electric, snuffed it out first with the 1-2, not giving him a chance.
Okay, Keisuke had to spend the heat, but Arslan dashes in retaliation. Tries to go for the DF pressure. Can he actually open up Keisuke here? Keisuke back dashing for his life.
Again, tracking him. He knows. He's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to stagger the timing. I'm going to track you and then do it again and again and again.
Wow.
Rinse and repeat. And 2 rounds. Again, he is kept stronger to his game plan this time, taking far less risk. Again, going for the down 4-2 electric, evidently, but not working out the second time. Maybe a third time's a charm. I don't know. But Arslan playing his game.
Yeah, he's actually, Arslan wants Keisuke to buckle under the pressure that he's putting on him. And it always whittles down to the final round. Stiletto heal, but the response was an electric. Keisuke needs to get his pound of flesh for the sequence.
And that was a good opportunity for Keisuke. As I mentioned. Oh, see, again, as I was saying, when Keisuke is stuck at range 0, it's Arslan's territory. Yes. When he's given the opportunity to move back and even just an extra few inches, he can use that electric, use that wave dash, close the distance before Arslan's able to get something on.
Keisuke's making the approach, leading this dance. He finds that electric, but Arslan able to duck under that high, continuing the combo here to find the wall and also pop that heat.
That's a nice tailspin here. Trying to lock him down. He wants to close this out here to take the second game. The guns are flying. The bullets are flying. Got the X-ray into the wall splat. Arslan
able to get the last round here to tie up the games. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a game number 3. One of these players will be sent out of the top 8.
That's going to be rough. Oh, man. I think for a lot of people, they were maybe expecting Arslan to be more dominant in the set, but Keisuke has definitely done his homework and has really tuned up his game and tightened up over the last maybe six to 8 months. So right now, we're seeing a new Keisuke.
Yeah, definitely. Ivory Cutter to start things out, making Arslan actually step on the gas a little more, add more bullets to this arsenal. 1-1-2 finds him in as the approach, and now it's Keisuke that wants to operate on his wheelhouse of offense.
Nice. We're going under some of these jabs, getting very mobile. Again, hard left walks here from Arslan, the traditional way to step a Mishima, and it is very effective at the moment. What has Keisuke got in store to stop that?
He's walking right, trying to realign himself towards the wall, forcing the heat to come out of Arslan. Let's see how Keisuke will respond in return. Goes for some mid options here, but Arslan with a great punish.
Keisuke looks like he's really banking on 1-2 extension, so he's trying to throw out that down down for 2 to catch with the counter hit. Activates heat. Excellent whiff punish there. Goes for the spinning demon.
Yup, able to get that sidestep option, but Arslan trying to put the brakes there. 1-2s. Oh, able to get the block and that punish. Final sequence for both these players and the final seconds.
And goes for the low slide to close it out. Arslan Ash keeping composed. Honestly, I was like, yo, Keisuke might throw out that hell sweep, and I don't know if Arslan's going to block it.
I don't know, maybe you just reminded him. Let's see if he's going to go to the option. Ivory Cutter to continue the trade in favor of no one. Keisuke needs to make this approach happen, but as he comes in, just like a moth to a flame, Arslan Ash finds the launch.
Gets a good splat there, activating that heat, trying to close this round out. Spikes him down, goes for the upper. Ooh, and that heat activation.
Love the movement, able to get the lasers, and now we see him trying to move. Duck and dive and goes for the dash in. Wow, Hell Sweep's coming out, Brown.
Breaking out the Hell Sweep in case of emergency. Uses the statue kick, gets a little bit of plus frames, but a bit far away. Down forward 1-4 into the stomp to make a point, even on rounds, even on games.
Can this game get any more evenly matched, folks? Arslan Ash, Keisuke fighting for their tournament lives here at the Battle Arena Melbourne.
Woo! Spun around. He's honorable. He won't hit you when you're backstoning. He'll wait till you turn around to hit you.
No, I want to hit you while you're facing me, folks. That is what Keisuke is saying, but Arslan Ash, though, fighting back here.
Sends him over, trying to lock him down somewhere closer to the wall. Statue kick, good block.
Nice. Able to actually block the lows, the 1-1-2s. Trying to go for some corner pressure from Keisuke.
Well, stagger timing into the up forward 3, but the sidewall saved Arslan there to get him slip out a little bit. Full crouch down forward 3+4.
Okay, and now Stiletto heals inbound. Keisuke has some rage to work with, but both would just need one launch and it's going to be GG's. Goes low. Arslan Ash looking at set point here to move on.
I'm seeing some of these down forward 2s from Keisuke. They're starting to look like he's electric timing, so I'm not sure if he's missing some of the options he's looking for, but right now he's 1 round away from getting knocked out at Band 15. Arslan trying to go back to his style that's been working the best.
True cautionary hazard if you're using such a high execution character like Kazuya, but Arslan Ash finding the opening here. He is definitely dominating the early seconds of this round. How will Keisuke make a comeback here?
Using a lot of plus frames.
Now we continue on. Stiletto heal after Stiletto heal. We continue on with the dash in. Keisuke has to use up the heat, has to use up the rage. Unable to get the mid check here.
And there we go. 7 golden letters, ends it with that low. Keisuke, he's still thinking about that one. He's still
processing
what happened.
Yeah, I wonder what went through Arslan Ash's head when he was computing the adjustments, like maybe more offense, keep him in check, like he pointed out. I like how he said the approach was more for Keisuke, but once Arslan Ash has closed that distance, he's